So we're here together today because you want to know how to get rid of this horrible acne that keeps coming up underneath your mask. Hi, I'm Brandie Price, and we haven't had a chance to meet yet, but I'm the owner of Brandie Price Image, and I've been an image consultant for television and film for nearly 22 years now. And we are at a time like we have never been in history as far as beauty is concerned, because we're all in the battle of the mask right now as far as acne is concerned. For more beauty tips, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also hit up the link below at brandiepriceimage.com to subscribe to our newsletter. Today, we're going to be talking about why the acne occurs and how we can get rid of it. First of all, we have to know where this beast is coming from in order to be able to take care of it. So we're going to look at two different factors. We're going to look at intrinsic and extrinsic. We're going to look at why this is created, how it's happening, so that way we know some viable solutions moving forward. The first thing that we need to look at when we're looking at all of the masks is, whether you're wearing the N95 or you are wearing a cloth mask, these pertain to both. Now, I'm going to be breaking that down into a couple of different areas because if you're in the medical profession, there are some different tools that you have as well that you can use as far as having the right supplies handy. Now, for daily wears, if you are out and about and you need to wear your mask for work, I know where we live, it's mandatory in our county to wear masks. The surrounding counties, it's not mandatory. So if we went to, shop at just one county away, we would be fine. We wouldn't necessarily have to wear a mask. But for me to go into work, for me to meet with clients, I need to wear a mask. So with clients who are on camera all the time, you know that fighting acne is not a battle that they want to lose. That they put their face forward every single day on television and then through social media channels to be able to get their face out there, to be able to get those important messages to you. So how do we fight this? First is intrinsic. So these are things that are going on inside of your body that are helping create some of the acne that you're getting underneath that mask. So what we're looking for, what's the buildup? What happens? A lot of people think that it's just makeup, and we're going to cover that in extrinsic. But we're not going to be talking about makeup right now. Makeup can definitely be a factor, but it is not the key factor. The main type of acne that you're going to be getting on your skin right now is bacterial that is fed by yeast. So when we talk about that, we've got a mask that is on your face and you've got what's coming out. All of your hot breath is coming out. So intrinsically, the things that you want to think about, what contains yeast that you are eating? What contains components, ingredients in your food that actually helps yeast grow? What are you eating throughout the day? Because keep in mind, a lot of people who are wearing this mask, they might only get one mask for the day. They have a lunch break and they have other breaks throughout the day where they need to keep eating. So if you are breathing out that hot air from your nose and from your mouth, that humidity is just electric for allowing yeast to grow, right? So you can get a lot of yeast buildup on your skin from that. So thinking about that and taking that a little bit further, what you're eating in your body, okay, what you are feeding your body on a daily basis. So if you're eating breads, if you're eating pastas, that's great. All of those foods are really wonderful. But when you're thinking about how toxins expel from your body, there are two major ways. The first one is actually going to be what comes out of your lungs. If you've ever had to battle with candida overgrowth like I have, you know that about 85% of what comes out of your lungs, what comes out is toxins. So when you are breathing that out, especially if you have candida overgrowth, which usually you don't know until it's a little bit, until it's become a big problem. So you have that yeast that is coming out of your lungs. You have little components, tiny little components that are coming out of your lungs, whether you have candida overgrowth or not. Just if you just had a slice of pizza for lunch. So you have those things that are coming out of your mouth. They have nowhere to go. There is nowhere that they can go. So where do they go? Right on your skin. So you're going to have all of that contamination all over your skin because you put this mask back on after eating and you have everything is just trapped. So you have that is trapped in there. So the other way that a lot of toxins come out of your body is actually through sweat and through pores. So when if you ate food and the toxins didn't make it through the first level going out through your lungs, they are going to be coming out through your sweat. I know it's so gross, but I want you to know what's coming out so you know exactly how to combat it. So the intrinsic way to combat that is to make sure that you're hydrated. Make sure that you're hydrated so those toxins can go out the third way, which is through your digestive system. That's going to be a good benefit. But if you're not hydrating, it is not going to get there. So you need to make sure that you are getting rid of those toxins as quickly as you can. The next thing that you really want to think about is, maybe toning down on the days that you're wearing a mask or during the hours that you're wearing a mask, toning down your yeast consumption, and then also gluten and sugar, things that make yeast grow. So the things that make yeast grow rapidly are going to be your, of course, yeast, having yeast in the component because that adds additional yeast to it, whatever was in your body. Then you're going to have sugar. Sugar is like the next level. That makes yeast grow like crazy. So if you had a croissant and slammed a latte on the way to work and then you've got your mask on, that is going to be a breeding ground for all of that contamination to be all over your face. That can create a lot of acne really quickly. The next way that we want to look at is the extrinsic. So what are those extrinsic factors? First of all, unless you are on camera, unless you're one of my clients on camera, you really don't have to wear makeup down here if you are, if you're wearing a mask. So, you can focus on your eyes. You get really good on that smoky eye, whatever you want to do, but you don't necessarily have to wear makeup down here. What you want to make sure that you're doing is doing anything that you can to reduce friction. So if you do choose a makeup product, choose a liquid product. A powder product with talc is actually going to make the situation much worse. If you have, and this is going to be gross, but if you have pimples that have come to a head, if you have anything that is oozing out of your skin and you put powder over that, that talc actually it actually absorbs all of that, but then it sets right there if you're not washing that off right away. And I mean right away, not like hiding it under a mask for 5 or 6 hours and then going home and then washing it away. Wash it away as quickly as possible. So washing your face twice a day, using a cleanser, toner, do the 2-wash process. Cleanser and a toner, then your treatment, and then whatever your moisturizer that you're using. If you are not moisturizing, you can anticipate having more acne because you will have more friction with the mask against your face. So what's going to create that on the outside? All of that yucky stuff that came from the inside of our body is now sitting on our skin. We've thrown makeup on top of it. We want to make sure that we are fighting all of those things. Make sure that you're washing your masks. If you have an N95 and you have to wear that and you're in the medical profession, you have to wear this for work, ask for more. Make sure that you can get these things. You can get fresh ones, or you could find a way to clean them. Some of them are actually using sterilizing cleaners to be able to clean them, and then you reuse that mask, which I do not know all about that process, and I'm not sure what kind of contamination that would be as far as acne is concerned, but that might be a future video. So when you have this on your face and you have all of that contamination, you have all of that makeup, you have all of that junk that's in there, you are not giving your skin a chance not to create acne. You're basically putting it in the perfect environment to create friction, to create acne. And then what's bad about that, once you do have acne and the mask creates more friction, then you are peeling that off and you start having scabbing, which leads to scarring, which is not something that you want to deal with. So let's look at the ways to deal with this. First, we have diet, we have hydration. So we want to work on those two things on the inside. And then extrinsically, we want to work on making sure that we're keeping clean masks. Wash your mask daily. If you are wearing cloth masks, maybe take 2 each day and swap out after lunch and make sure that you are keeping those clean. Washing them through the washing machine is going to get them probably a little bit cleaner than hand washing them. They just need to have the agitation to break that yeast and those other components up, break that up, and then wash it clean, right? So maybe doing a double rinse cycle on those. Also making sure that your pillowcases, you are cleaning those at least on a weekly basis. I know I have clients that I'm having them change theirs out every 2 days to make sure that they're getting rid of this acne. Be gentle with your skin. Do not go in poking and thinking you're trying to get rid of it, because remember, you're going to have more friction with this mask and it's just going to keep tearing that off, and then you can have scarring, a lot of scarring later. Those are things that you want to keep in mind. Makeup, like I said, you want to make sure that you are using, maybe use a CC cream instead of a powder foundation right now, or just keep just don't use it down here. That's going to really be the best bet unless you are on camera in some capacity. And in that case, you can, if you have to wear a mask while you're at work, take it off and then reapply from the mask line down. That's not really going to cause any damage as long as you have, products that are easily blendable back in, like some of the high definition type products, especially for camera use. So another point that you want to make sure that you are doing is making sure that you are keeping the moisture table right on the exterior of your skin. If you have a moisturizer that works both intrinsically and extrinsically, those are pretty hard to find and pretty pricey. But if you have one, that is going to be your best result. The next best result is going to be whatever moisturizer you have that is not agitating your skin and not agitating the acne. You don't necessarily want to use things to dry your skin further, because the problem is you have the humidity in there, and what that does is it creates a dryness in the moisture table of your skin. So you're losing moisture, creating more friction. So with that being said, use a moisturizer that works well with your skin and that works well just on a regular basis. When you are after lunch break, if you want to, take that mask off, reapply. Just reapply some moisturizer. Take a little bit with you. Just take the jar, take the bottle, whatever you want to do. Maybe use Cetaphil. If you are in a medical environment and you're using one of these, I know a lot of medical people that are using a little bit of coconut oil as long as their skin tolerates it and they aren't allergic to it on the inside of their body. Like, meaning if you would have an anaphylactic response, you don't ever want to use something you have an anaphylactic response to on the outside of your body, because your skin's your largest organ. In case that's a side note. But anyway, so getting back to the mask and getting rid of that acne, wash your face twice a day, morning and night. If you have the opportunity to wash your face again throughout the day, you can. I know that there are probably lots of people that are watching this that just have gotten rid of using most of their makeup during this time, just because the mask covers so much. So those are all of the tips that I have for you right now. Cleaning your face, making sure your pillowcases are clean, using clean masks. It's all about keeping everything clean, and then maybe having a little bit more of a clean diet during the days and the hours that you are required to wear a mask. So again, Brandie Price with Brandie Price Image. We'll have some more videos coming at you in the next couple of weeks.